Let's turn now to the disappointing job numbers here in Korea. Now, more Koreans are having a hard time finding jobs in this country, and that includes those with university degrees. Now, that's because good quality, well-paying jobs are drying up amid the sluggish economy. Our Kim Min-ji takes a closer look at how the protracted economic slowdown is weighing on the job market.
In yet another signal that Korea's labor market is in dire straits, nearly 1 in 3 people who are currently out of work have a degree from a 4-year university or higher. According to Statistics Korea, the number of unemployed came to 985,000 in the third quarter of this year, while 315,000, or almost a third of the total, had graduate degrees. The figure is the highest since relevant data began to be compiled in 1999, and it's also the largest proportion of people with degrees who are out of work. Even in the aftermath of the Asian financial crisis in 1999, the proportion of unemployed people with university degrees stood at only 12%. However, the figure has been on a steady climb since 2011, with the exception of a slight dip in 2014. Experts attribute the rise mainly to the country's high university entrance rate. The rate stood at almost 71% in 2014, the highest in the OECD. As a result, although there are more university graduates, there's a mismatch in employment due to a lack of quality jobs amid a sluggish economy. The overall jobless rate stood at 3.6% in September, the highest for that month in 11 years. The youth jobless rate came to 9.4%, also the highest monthly figure tallied since 1999. And in another reflection of the feeble job market, the number of people in Korea who work 17 hours or less a week hit a 5-year high in the third quarter of this year. The figure stood at around 1.3 million in the July to September period, up 91,000 from a year ago. The rise was attributed in part to the government's push to offer flexible working hours for women who previously had difficulty finding work after giving birth or because of child-rearing responsibilities. Another reason cited was the weak economy, which has forced companies to hire more part-time workers than full-time employees. Kim Min-ji, Arirang News.